We're back with some more cross training. Today it's black key jam. Stick around.
Hi, this is Ted with Alamo Music Center in beautiful downtown San Antonio, Texas.
My name is Cooper Greenberg. You can find us online at alamomusic.com. If you haven't already, please subscribe to the channel. We got a lot of great information coming out all across the Alamo Music channels, so we appreciate y'all's support. And if you saw it before, Ted and I did a little crossover episode from the piano channel and the guitar channel, talking about cross-training between piano and guitar. Did some awesome white key jams led by Ted, but we got to come back for the sequel and do some black key stuff.
Yeah, and here's the little insight before we start getting tons of questions and theories. If you're doing a black key jam and it's all major like we're going to do here,
Yeah.
you got to leave out a few notes in order to stick only on the black keys.
Yeah.
And I'm going to try to do that, but sometimes, without having that middle note in there, that third, it almost kind of loses its drive. But it does maintain a major, 1, 4, 5 pattern throughout, only on the black keys, which means, you're looking at, 36 notes to jam on, as opposed to 52 when you're on the white keys.
Yeah.
Forgot to mention that you had 52 white key choices on that other one. This one here, you got like 36.
Yeah, it's a little limiting, but you can make some cool sounds.
So many players that I know that play by ear, and their ears are sharp, and whether they had considered a lesson or not, or formal training, start off on the black keys because the patterns are easy to understand and they're easy to recognize. And as you go to the white keys, I know most players, they start on the black keys. As you go to the white keys, there's usually only two that you go with. It's either these two, C and F, or B and E. And then if you're going to go to, maybe not all black keys, we're going to cut one loose.
Yeah.
And so you start learning the key signatures. And so it's not so intimidating when you look at all the flats and all the sharps and you're reading manuscript paper or reading music. So that does shut a lot of people down, following the instructions. And like I say, forget the instructions. Play the instrument like guitar players do.
Yeah. Totally.
They jam the first day for hours on end.
Yeah, for me, so I took lessons when I was, I started taking lessons at 7 years old at Alamo Music. And I was learning with John Rupert. And a lot of times he would do kind of what we're doing right now. He would teach me some chords, and I would just lay down, say, like a blues 1, 4, 5 type thing, or something similar, and he would just teach me soloing patterns and stuff. But it wasn't until later in high school. I think Mark Marty.
Yeah.
Mark Marty, if you're watching, you taught me everything. And so did you. But learning key signatures, it almost became more intimidating after I already kind of knew what was going on. It's so daunting, But for me on this one, so I guess we're doing a 1, 4, 5 C sharp, C sharp, F sharp, G sharp, right?
Or D flat, G flat, A flat.
I kind of am gonna try to leave out some of those thirds as well at the very beginning. Just do power chords because that's kind of vibe.
I don't know if I mentioned it. That's about what I end up playing.
Yeah.
Other than the main, the main major I get is the G flat.
Yeah.
Okay. And the others I'm kind of, getting by without.
Yeah. And so you'll kind of hear the difference of when those thirds of the chord are out versus when I kind of start extending the chord and adding some of that into the soloing. You'll really hear the chords fill out. But the other thing is when you're doing just kind of simple power chord type stuff, and this kind of goes for all 1, 4, 5s, but I really like how you can transfer back and forth from major to minor pentatonic in jamming, and it all kind of fits, and it just makes more, more musical. There's not,
Well, the one thing that I've noticed whenever I do like an all black key jam and I'm really avoiding the white keys is it leaves a lot of space that I'm not used to. And so there's not a whole lot of ideas kicking in with overtones and stuff like that. And so when you play with other players, it's like, my ideas are free and there's nothing in the way. Now what do I do?
Yeah.
No one's giving me an idea.
Yeah,
I need someone to hit a little note line, a little, some kind of modulation, some kind of interplay. So why don't we have a listen to this?
Yeah, let's do it.
So I hope you could tell that I actually kind of had limited playing resources available to me on the all black keys. Not that there's a problem with it, but it gets a little slippery without being able to drop down into any of the white keys and get a grip. I prefer to play on all the black keys, assuming I can hit the white keys that go with them.
Yeah.
And only because that gives you space to run, it gives you an idea for melody and what really works as a grace note and those kind of things. But again, we did follow a 1-4-5 progression. And for this piece, what we really did is play all minor chords, but we put a major in the bass, which makes the chord we use an F minor 7th actually a D flat major 7th. Okay, if you put the major in the bass. And then we did the same thing with the B flat minor, is put the G flat in the bass. So we're really going from G flat major 7 to D flat major 7, which is kind of like jamming in F major 7 and C major 7.
It's pretty cool.
Back and forth, but we're doing it up on the black keys. And traditionally, I know this is different with the digital piano, but traditionally on a piano, when they were tuned years ago, they were not tuned to exact temperament. I mean, they were tuned to where the black keys had a different tonality to them, the sharps, but where they were force tuned. And so the equal temperament has been a new thing since the invention and acceptance of digital instruments around the mid to late 80s. Since then, it's just been dominant scale.
Yeah.
And so you used to get a major tonal difference and a whole different mood and sound out of a big upright piano when you mostly went to the black keys off of the white keys.
I didn't know that. That's cool.
Yeah, it is really cool. If you notice when you play the acoustics around here and you go up on the black keys, like, man, they really do sound different than the other one. Number one, you can always know they weren't played as much.
Yeah.
And so the hammers are fresh and that, but that's a whole other thing. Right now we're going to go from major 7 to major 7, and it's all black keys. The white keys that I'm using here are C and F, and those are the individual notes with the chords. Let's have a listen. Hey, Cooper, I liked what you were doing there. You had a lot of like neat notes in there. I hope the keyboards gave you some kind of idea where to go.
Yeah, I love chords like that and just how pretty and kind of ethereal they kind of set the mood. Turn up the reverb a little bit on here. I like the voicing that you got with the sound on the electric piano. It's just good vibe.
It's amazing adding 2 notes.
Yeah.
The whole tonal texture of minors go to major sevenths, which again brings us back to the dissonance.
Yeah.
Which I like the way you make use of the dissonance through the melody. It's hard to do on guitar. We're going to get around to that maybe on the next cross train, or the next what do you call it, cross train, or
it's just
crossover. That's what it is. Crossover, cross train
yeah.
video that we do together. I want to focus in on on dissonance.
For sure.
All right.
Yeah, I hope that you guys are just picking up little stuff, because we love to just kind of jam together. And so these videos, they're fun for us to do, but there's little simple things when you're learning either guitar or piano that you can take into jams with other people and just kind of play off of each other and start to hear. They're just good songwriting tools, especially. And you can, even if you're kind of experienced, try to limit yourself to just black keys and, add in a little major from the white keys. Or if you're playing guitar, just try to think piano-minded a little bit, and it'll help you become a more well-rounded musician. I think that when we jam here at the store, I always kind of go home learning something new. So it's fun for us to make these videos. We really appreciate you guys watching. Like I said earlier, please subscribe to the channel, turn your notifications on, and like the videos. Really helps us kind of get this out to a larger audience, and we love making them. So thank you guys for watching. Ted,
hey, Cooper, thanks a bunch for being here.
Thank you for being here. We'll see y'all next time.